Imagine you are driving down the highway and suddenly your dashboard lights up like a Christmas tree, possibly showing an ABS light, a transmission warning, or just that dreaded check engine light, and your car starts acting weird, maybe shifting poorly or stalling. You pull the code and see P0600. It sounds technical and scary, specifically calling out a Serial Communication Link Malfunction, but let me break it down into plain English for you, so you do not panic. Basically, your car's brain, known as the ECM or Powertrain Control Module, has lost its ability to talk to one of its limbs, which are the other control modules. Think of your car like a human body where the ECM is the brain and the nervous system is the wiring harness, specifically the controller area network, or CAN bus system. If the brain sends a signal to the hand to move but the nerve is cut, the hand does not move. That is exactly what is happening here. The ECM tries to control things like your fuel injection, ignition traction control, or even your power windows, but for 8 consecutive starts. It has realized it cannot get a response from one of those systems. It is not necessarily that the fuel injector is broken or the transmission is dead. It is often just that the phone line is dead. This is a tricky one because it is a generic code that applies to all vehicles made from 1996 and newer, but the fix is specific to your ride. Now, here is where it gets interesting and where you need to be careful. Because this is a communication failure, the symptoms can be incredibly deceptive. You might feel a misfire and think, oh, I need new spark plugs, or you might see a transmission light and think your gearbox is toast. But if you rush in and start replacing parts, you are treating the symptom, not the disease. The root cause is usually a poor electrical connection, a loose ground, or a corroded connector acting as a barrier to that digital conversation. The ECM usually acts as a ground to control these modules, so if that ground path is interrupted by a frayed wire or a loose terminal, nothing works right. Before you go blindly poking around with a multimeter, I have to give you a serious warning. If you unplug the ECM and start probing terminals without a diagram and a memory saver, you could accidentally short something out and fry the computer, which will hurt your bank account more than the repair itself. Ideally, this diagnosis requires a pro-level tool like an AutoHex or a Tech2 scanner that can talk to the modules in real time and tell you exactly which one is giving the silent treatment. But if you are doing this at home, start with the basics. Look for loose or green, corroded connectors on your main harness. Check your battery grounds. And if you find a specific system is acting up alongside this code, focus your inspection on the wiring for that specific system first. It is all about finding that one broken link in the chain,